Meadow, you absolutely have to come to Aspen for Christmas with my family this year. Last year, I saw Skeet Ehrlich as close as where you're sitting to me right now.
Dude, I was so lost. I'm like, what is he talking about? That was great.
Thank you. I want to jump right into my notes, but unfortunately, I wrote like the first 10 notes I wrote down for the movie. Mm-hmm. I was so worried about you coming over here with dumbass notes, being all like, "I believe that this represents this." That I was I was so fearful of you having douchey notes like that. That my first couple of notes and then inadvertently became douchey. I was so focused about you not doing it, I didn't even focus on myself not doing it.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna get all your fears set aside. Hear my first note.
What do you got?
Imagine calling a wrong number in today's age, and Drew Barrymore happens to be answering on the other line. Man, the '90s were just better times.
I absolutely hate everything that you bring to this entire endeavor we've set upon.
Okay, I thought I was saving it right there, man.
You thought you were saving it?
I really did.
In what? I'm not even going to justify. I'm not even going to respond in a way that turns us into a conversation where you could justify. Well, no, see, what I said led to a conversation, so it was good. We're done talking about it. You're stupid, and that was not funny. Now all you did was stump me. What's your second note? What other kind of
I'll save my second note.
What else you got over there from the brain trust?
Best opening scene of all the Scream movies, minus the fourth.
Yeah, by far. The first one's just better at everything. It's the perfect opener. It's the perfect title card. Drew Barrymore looks perfect. It's paced perfect. It's directed well. This isn't old school Wes Craven. This is like new school Wes Craven. You know?
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to be a douche and say that the last one was so bad because Wes Craven didn't direct it, but it might have been so bad.
We haven't seen the
last
one.
Didn't direct it.
It's fun. I've seen the first one a million times. The second one 200,000 times. The third one like 15 times. The fourth one 999,000 times. And then unfortunately I saw the fifth one once, and I haven't seen the sixth one. But we're gonna change that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can never decide if I like the fourth one better or not. I think I can't. But yeah,
I think we gotta go watch. Crazy. We should have honestly watched that stupid ass Zach Cherry video. Because now I got so curious watching that where I was like, wait a minute, who's talking to Drew on the phone right now? Is it Billy? I'm like, because it sounds way too smart to be Stu, and Stu like is with the. But why would he care if she has a boyfriend? It's like, who's she talking to?
Yeah, I was trying to piece it all together, and I found that one spot where you heard Stu.
Yeah, that's at the end of the movie. We're not there yet, buddy.
I was gonna say,
God,
I wasn't jumping ahead.
The movie also, that's my first few minutes are boring, all right? I promise the notes get better in the end, all right? And you really stump me with your shitty note in the beginning as well. So I think we should just delete the entire channel at this point, honestly. That's what I'm saying. Listen how dumb this note sounds. This movie really makes me want some stovetop popcorn. Like, that's not funny. Yeah, maybe I could have ripped it if I wasn't such a negative headspace because of your stupidity. But right now, it's just like...
That note's dumb regardless. Don't put that on my shoulders now for something I did
No, it's
wrong.
true. You know, we have a very limited amount of days on this earth, okay? And the amount of times I've walked through, like, the snack aisle and I've noticed, look, there's stovetop popcorn right there. And I've never bought it. Think of all opportunities I could have done it. You've never been in a supermarket? More than I've seen Scream. Okay? I've had ample opportunity to make this fantasy turn into a reality. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to have some stovetop popcorn. Haven't done it. Gotta try it sometime.
So it sounds like you're just mad at yourself right now.
I'll take the leap. Yeah, I am, all right? You know, you mentioned earlier in today's scenario. In today's scenario, it plays out much differently because then the mother just, instead of having to run into the room after her daughter's dead and take the fiery popcorn and toss it in the fucking sink, just press a button that stops beeping. That doesn't sound nearly as dramatic.
Yeah, it's really not.
No smoke alarm goes off because of a beeping microwave.
Yeah, it would just be the popcorn thing going beep, beep every 30 seconds.
Be annoying, sure.
Could you imagine?
The entire tension of the scene.
She runs. I got to shut the beeper off.
Again, see? So that's my point. Okay, stovetop popcorn brought a lot to that scene. Okay?
Yeah, I'm glad you put that note up.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I guess I saved it. I guess I really saved the day.
You're good at that shit.
Also, I think the real first note, like the actual first note where I was like, oh, this is a fact, Jack, is that Roger Jackson absolutely makes the movie. This is 1996. Imagine it was Pauly Shore playing the voice of Ghostface, all right? Completely different tone and feel of the movie. And not to mention, since I said it's 1996, that was probably a conversation that was had somewhere. Like,
really
get someone young,
someone to go with someone known.
So yeah, for sure. You think the studio was like, let's cast some little weirdo who no one's ever heard of to do the voice?
Yeah, I guess you're right. They should get on Jack.
They were
Black
like, I don't know. Yeah, this Roger Jackson guy. No, we've seen the dailies. He looks great. But what if we get what if Ghostface doesn't wear a mask and it's just Ben Affleck? He's really bankable right now. It's 1996.
Really That'd been way better.
What if it's just Ben Affleck and he's like, used to's are the killers, and everyone's like, that doesn't make sense because the killer still has to be Billy and Stu.
You're fucking dead.
You're dead. And then he does your favorite line, retainer, and everything else. And they're like, that doesn't make sense. That movie hasn't even come out for 2 years. Why would he say retainer? And then they're saying, why would the killer look like Ben Affleck, But then we're gonna still have the reveal of Stu and Billy being the murderers. The murderers.
It all makes sense in the
No,
end.
they'll be wearing a Ben Affleck mask. But you want Ben Affleck to be like saying shit, so it's like a really movie quality mask of Ben Affleck, like some Mission Impossible stuff. And they're like, what's Mission Impossible? That show from the 70s? That hasn't come out yet. And it's like, God, dude, it's really hard to explain what my vision is when none of the stuff I'm referencing came out yet.
What do you mean none of it's come out yet?
God, you guys just don't get it, man. Don't worry. You don't know this, but your kids, they're going to love it. I also do wonder how honorable this game is. I guess at the very end, he tells Sydney, if you answer correctly, you're going to die. So I guess there was no honor. But when he was with Drew Barrymore, I was thinking, was he going to just be like, oh, wait, you got it right? Oh, shit. And then Stu's like, I didn't know she liked horror movies like that. And then Billy's like, you dated her for over a year, man. He's like, I don't know, dude.
It's a good thing everybody in this town just happens to know everything about horror movies. So
I know.
they
So my
can
point
improvise on the
is,
spot.
what if she gets the answer right? Do they just say like, oh, shit. She's like, Mrs. Voorhees, it's Voorhees. And he's like, God damn it. All right. Fuck it. We'll go kill Sandra from Geometry. Right, that'll be the first victim.
Have a good night. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Casey. Sorry, Casey. Sorry about the glass.
Yeah, tell Steve take care.
Well, Steve's dead at this point. So, and we're also sorry about Steve. We're gonna go kill Sandra, and then they're walking. They're walking still in the both in the costumes, walking home on the side of the walk. Because to be fair, there's no killers. No one's looking for ghost fake killers yet, so they can walk around in whatever outfit they want for the first part of the movie. This is the lead scene. Then they're walking to Sandra's house, and they're like, don't you think it's gonna kind of confuse everyone? Because we kind of had like, we're pinning this all on Neil Prescott. And it makes sense why he kills all of us. We're gonna throw the party, but like, why would he even kill Casey? And now it's even more confusing. Why does he kill Casey? It's Casey's boyfriend. Leave Casey alive, then go to kill Sandra from geometry class. Well, they don't know he goes to. They don't think. No, they're not gonna think he knows her from geometry. We know her from geometry class. He's not gonna know Sandra from geometry class. And then Stu's like, no, that's my point. Why would he even know her? Why does he even know Casey or Steve? And why is he also gonna kill the principal?
Yeah, there's a lot of deaths that I don't really understand in this movie. I don't see how they factor into the whole scheme of everything.
Maybe they should have thought a little bit more about that.
I really wish we could see that scene.
Yeah, them walking. Yeah, that's a great deleted scene.
And they could have been like, you know what, Stu? I was just thinking. Dad would be real proud of us right
exactly. Also, absolutely, my favorite part of the opening sequence is how when he goes to stab Casey, right? I like how he grabs her and really looks like what he's doing, where it's like, where do I stick this pointy thing? And then he stakes her in the chest. It's not just him like just doing it,
Yeah.
And he proceeds to break her fucking trachea so she can't scream. And he hangs her up to dry. It's a nice thing.
My favorite part's when she's trying to run up, and as she's going to yell "Mom," she can't because of her trachea thing. And they just walk into the house, and they're listening to her get dragged. It's so good. It's so good.
Honestly, yeah, dude. Think about that scene today, too. That would probably been a fucking dumb FaceTime call. They'd be like, oh my God, honey, where are you? They've been holding the camera on the phone. We've seen both their faces at once. It would have been really stupid. It would have been really shitty.
Dude, I thought about nonstop how lame this would be if this was like real life today.
Yeah, like who the hell would even make a Scream movie in 2022 and 2023?
And like they wouldn't be making horror movies. They'd be like, do you see what they just did on TikTok?
Oh
Who's
my
your favorite
God.
TikToker? I'm going to kill you. You didn't answer correctly.
And then they'd be like,
so
wait,
dumb.
you're giving us a curfew? That goes against my constitutional rights.
And the other guy would be like, can we stop talking about killers right now? Talk about the socioeconomic status.
Yeah, can we please talk about can we stop talking about this, murders that are actually close to home? Can we talk about the vast discussion of the socioeconomic climate of this country?
And honestly, we're going backwards. We got to stop making movies where teenagers are actually playing teenagers.
Yeah, we
It's
need to
so
go
much
back
more
to the
believable.
90s where it's 23-year-old Rose McGowan playing someone who is so hot they couldn't even have ever gone to high school. Okay? Looking at her, she is so attractive. It's like you're like, there's not even no. She came out that way. That's the base model.
Yes. Absolutely, 100%. That's what I'm saying, though. It doesn't make sense. It's way more believable when you see 23.
All right, and there's gotta be a trade-off here, you little weirdos in Hollywood. Okay, they're like, we want more realism. All right, then you know what? If we're gonna take more realism in the casting choices, we need to have a little less realism in the actual sexualization of the casting choices. You fucking weirdos.
Yes, absolutely.
Every movie, they're like, yeah, it's gonna be a coming-of-age teen story where the person gets laid, but we're actually gonna cast actual teens, so it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
It's like, how about you cast 19-year-olds? They're teenagers, and they're also adults.
Better than that, let's do what we do in the 90s. Cast was 23, 24-year-old.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Jason Street was fucking 25 in that first
episode.
episode.
Dude. They
that's
got
the way
in
to go.
Still. Though honestly, the most heartbreaking part of this movie, though, watching it, which kept coming, just making me think like over and over again, just yikes, that's really sad, is just to imagine if Jamie Kennedy could have kept like 1/4 of the charm he had as Randy, and then maybe Malibu's Most Wanted, would have been a hit. And he would have been a bona fide box office superstar instead of being Jamie Kennedy, that guy from Philly.
I don't care what the numbers say. Malibu's Most Wanted might not be a hit like according to the math, but it's a hit right here in my heart, man.
What about Kicking It Old School?
Kicking It Old School is even better than Malibu's.
No, I think no. That one is a piece of shit.
No, the Son of the Mask is a piece of shit.
Son of the Mask. That one is a piece of shit.
He did that really sick TV show though for a while, the Jimmy Kennedy Experience.
It's true. Where that was a great one.
Yeah, so it was really cool actually.
Also, another compliment to the movie. What a gorgeous town. We annoyingly kept talking about it, just to talk. Like, oh, look at that. Look at the street. Wouldn't it be nice to live there? What a gorgeous town. Every horror movie is always in some sweaty, seedy town chock full of incest, and it's nice seeing some representation for the upper middle class,
Right? It felt like
very underrepresented. I know. It's like, hey, these people are in the same financial bracket that I'm in. Now I'm invested in their stories.
I feel so much more sorry for them.
Exactly. Now I'm interested. Now it's like this could happen to me. Not just those weirdos who living in like Alabama and shit.
Dude, I could picture almost everybody went to high school with becoming Stu and
yeah, except for the problem with the people we went to high school with is they look like they went to high school. They weren't Rose McGowan.
You're right. That's why I don't want to see teenagers playing teenagers.
I know.
I know what teenagers. I was a teenager.
What actors act? I'm so tired. You can only play exactly what you are. How is that acting?
Exactly. That's the opposite of acting. It's just being.
All right. And honestly, the only way I can even come to full terms with that, where you have to play exactly who you are, is if we start going like, well, if you're playing a murderer.
Yeah,
yes, you guys are killing people.
Respect.
It's the only way if we commit to it fully, I'm on board. But none of this, tiptoeing around nonsense. And then then we get to see Sydney's nice house I can relate to. I could live in that kind of house. That's a nice house,
Yeah.
Then we get to see her just open the front door with her massive cojones. I was impressed. I didn't think she was gonna do that. I would have done it. You think I'm open the door? Anything? Then my test is not shoving my finger up my nose.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, before I do that, I'm dropping pants and spreading my asshole before I put my finger up my nose to say, "Are you watching me?" The hell is that?
The fact that that's your go-to "Are you watching me" scenario, really? That's a little extreme.
How about
I
would have preferred the nonsense of her like
you see the front porch
tapping
light.
top of her head while jumping on one leg and rubbing her stomach. I would have preferred anything over that.
Yeah, she's so brave. I never would have gone.
She's so brave, dude. Oh, she's so brave. That's why she's the girl, dude. That's why she's the final girl.
So brave and so
she's
bold.
She's so majestic and so beautiful. Mm-hmm. I also definitely wouldn't have killed her after she called my voice sexy on the phone. That would have done, even if I was like full on board with this plan. I'm not sure who's talking to her, if that's Stu or Billy. I guess it has to be Stu.
Wait, no, maybe it's Billy because Stu comes up from the window. I guess there really wouldn't be a reason for Billy to be there at all. Maybe it's all just Stu that time. Who the fuck knows?
I don't know. We gotta watch that Zach Cherry video.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
No, my point is, if it is Stu who liked her and he admits, I always had a thing for you, Sid, right? Then you think when she said about his sexy voice, he would be like, oh shit, wait, what up?
Yeah, you think he'd turn on Stu at some point.
And then, because at first you thought it was a joke. Maybe there should have been a moment where she's how sexy his voice was, where he said, you know what? I'm actually not going to say the dead mother thing. I'm going to omit the dead mother thing from my plan tonight. That won't be part of my vocabulary. Instead, I'm just going to try to flirt with her, see where this goes. Maybe she actually likes my voice a lot. And then it'll be something where I'm like, oh no, I just had a tickle in my throat. That's actually me. And she'll be like, I guess it's fine. And then maybe I can fuck her and Tatum. That's probably what's going through Stu's mind right there.
That's the best of both worlds, really, when you think about it.
So you're right, it must have been Billy on the phone, because Billy doesn't seem to care at all, okay? Billy, we'll get into him later, how Billy's a goddamn monster.
Yeah, Billy's got some issues.
A lot of issues, man.
Fucking, before I forget this part, though.
And also, I'll just to clarify from Billy's side, before we get to the real monstrous activity, you know what? Snev Campbell, between the options given to me of murdering her or just taking the PG relationship, which got elevated to a PG-13 at your first request. Okay?
And then
how about instead of killing
later.
her, how about you ask 3 or 4 more times? Because guess what? You brought the conversation to her. She seemed like she never heard it before. It seemed like the first time you were having the conversation. And she responded very well. She said, you know what? That's fair. Here's my tits.
It was that great way he talked about, too, like, The Exorcist was on TV.
Yeah.
And it was all, like, made for TV. Made me think about how we were so hot and heavy.
Maybe she was like, damn, Jason Patrick was a kind of a hot father in that one.
That's what it was.
And then she got kind of worked up and she's like, okay, Skeet, here's my boobs. That makes sense. But yeah, I definitely, like I said, I would have just chosen the PG relationship, which quickly got elevated to PG-13, which means at the very least you're getting to R by, Christmas.
Dude, by Friday.
By Friday, honestly.
Sex.
True. By Friday, you little
party.
douchebag. Just keep it in your pants for a little longer.
Patience and chastity are virtues, man. Just fucking wait a little bit.
It also makes me question: did the goofy toddler who was trying to kill Sydney in her own house when just falling around all over the place? Right? I don't understand why Ghostface has to run with a heavy head all the time, where it's like a little boy falling over. So was the plan though? Was the plan at some point, like, was she not gonna be the last person? Because she had to be the last person because they needed her to be killed by her dad and have the party, have him freak out. But then I guess maybe not. I guess you could just kill Sydney immediately and have it where he still goes and kills everyone at the party just because he wants to.
Yeah. And honestly,
so my point was it just for the scary scaries, or do they actually want to kill her, or do they want to have like where they marinate the victim and get her a little freaky? But Casey's the appetizer, you could digest before the main course. What's going on?
And with how fucking like well this is planned out by the two of them, when like Billy's gonna be here, then Sue's gonna be here, and blah blah blah. It's like, why would you then even like explain? Like, I lost my train of thought.
There we go. I also thought Dewey should have just shot Neve Campbell when he opened the door with the scream mask. That would have been pretty cool. that would have been like the scene in Burn After Reading. I don't think Brad Pitt's gonna get shot in the head there. Do you?
No, never.
Just saying. Probably would have thought about. Probably would have even expected it even less back in 1966, 1996. Close enough. You know, this is actually the craziest note I took. You know, it was the most wildest part of the movie.
What's that?
When we get introduced to Courtney Cox, and we meet her cameraman, and fucking Danny McBride's in the movie. Wasn't that crazy? I thought Danny McBride was in like the fucking the Fuss Fit wave. I thought was his breakout.
Yeah, no.
How the hell did you do nothing from 96 to 2004?
It's
a pretty big part. He's in like he's not like, the main character by any means, but he's in a lot of scenes. I got some dialogue. He used to say that cool, oh shit, the camera's on delay. I only now realize that, even though I'm the camera guy who set everything up, has been watching it all night long.
Kind of crazy now. It's like a return to form with him doing horror movies now.
That's true. Comes full circle. I guess he always says he loves horror movies, and that's so cool. He got to be in Scream. That's like an iconic performance. Honestly, he gets to be. It's also a great death. Be on top of the car and the blood and everything else.
Yeah,
that's sick.
That's
fucking
crazy.
Kenny Powers is the camera guy. That's crazy. Most people, they called him Kenny. They were doing the thing. He's like, no. They were calling him Jason originally. We decided to call him Kenny because of Kenny Powers. I'm like, who the fuck is Kenny Powers? He's like, don't worry, your kids will love it. I also think they really absolutely dropped the ball killing Tatum.
Yeah, dude. How does that factor into the plan?
Ignoring just how sexy she is, which is quite tough to do, right?
It's really tough.
Almost impossible.
Some would say impossible.
It'd almost be foolish to not mention it a little bit.
Downright foolish.
But no, they really dropped the ball killing her because we really definitely needed more of the whole, Tatum, come on, he's my superior. The janitor's your superior, doofus.
She's so funny.
We really needed that. It would have helped the franchise a hell of a lot, having someone just belittle Dewey opposed to this weird fabricated reality we instead got to have where everyone loves him and likes him and thinks he's great. He's just so hot and cool.
He's this majestic deity.
And everyone's like, God, you're just so wise and mystical and amazing and fantastical. It's like, he sucks, dude.
And no one even comes close to being the same type of sarcasm she is.
No one at all. Where'd that tone go? It's never found. It's lost and never recovered. And then Cotton, too. Then they show us Cotton, like, this is the killer. It's like, no, it's not. That's Liev Schreiber. He's not the killer. I know for a fact that's not the killer.
It blows my mind, too, that they have him, like, so small.
It blows your mind that Liev Schreiber was in The Day Trippers and Scream the same year? Me too, man.
Yeah, and then I asked before about Parker Posey coming in, and then she's in the third one.
She's in the third one,
man. Everything is the same thing as it always was. But he's such a good actor, though, and he's a great character actor. Like, he does nothing in these movies.
No. He has that one scene in the second movie, and then that really... I actually like the third. The third movie's opening scene's awesome.
I agree, but then he should somehow survive that. Would it be cool if he was in the new ones right now for some reason?
It would be. And then they could be like, dude, we shouldn't kill off Liev Schreiber. Think how cool it's going to be to have Ray Donovan in the movies. Like, who the hell is Ray Donovan?
I keep forgetting you're doing that.
And he's like, don't worry, your kids are going to love it.
But really, how cool would it have been if Ray Donovan was still in those movies?
Is he pissed? You mean after you branded him as the Candyman? No, his heart's broken, Sid.
Actually, I think Kirby might be kind of close in the sarcasm.
That's true. That's true. But unfortunately, I love Hayden Panettiere. All right? If she was on fire and Rose McGowan was washing, I wouldn't even throw water on her, okay? Out of respect to Rose McGowan.
She needs the water more.
Yeah, she just to quench her thirst, all right? She's a goddamn beautiful woman.
Poor lady's been thirsty
And I love Hayden Panettiere. Don't get me wrong, but like, burn, bitch.
Plus, she's a superhero. She'll be fine.
That's true. What a cool reference, man. That's so cool you watched Heroes.
Thank you. I didn't know if it was going to land. I'm glad it did.
Also, I'm pretty sure principals can't expel students. I think Henry Winkler has gone mad with power. You're not a superintendent. You need to stand down. All right, Fonzie.
What do you think the actual punishment should be for that crime?
Oh my
6
god,
days?
yeah, also, it's kids who wore masks. Calm the fuck down. It's not a fucking felony. You have no immediate jurisdiction. Yeah. Chill out, Fonz.
They didn't kill anyone.
Literally, you're expelled. First off, no, I'm not. Second of all, shut up.
Yeah. Hey.
And then third of all, dude, you cut up my mask?
That's true. And who
the hell was that about?
Cleavers like that?
Yeah, honestly, those are giant scissors too. What are you trying to compensate for there, Henry? Also, goddamn it, just the fact that he can't look into a mirror is just the perfect comedy. Where'd that go in the series? Why didn't we have other random inside jokes like that in the sequels?
No, it would been sick if like Scott Balka is the principal in the next one,
right?
And then all of a sudden,
they go to college in the next one. It's obviously a dean.
You're right, my mistake.
Dean Bakula.
And then what's her job in the third one? She's like a suicide hotline lady.
Yeah.
So her boss is the one who from Tony something from Taxi. What's his name? Tony what? Tony Dancer.
Tony Danza.
Tony Danza could be her boss. They should.
I'm fine with Tony Danza being in Scream, but how is he the next logical person after the first two?
I'm not sure there's much of a connection between Henry Winkler and Scott Bakula.
That's digestible. That makes sense. So you could put Henry Winkler in a thing and then fire him on not like a good thing, but in a shitty property like a dumb TV show on like TV Land. Mm-hmm. You could have Henry Winkler in the first season, get fired, and replace him with Scott Bakula, and not a single person in any of the flyover states is batting a single eye. Okay, but the other guy I said before, you recast that Henry Winkler part, and you throw in who'd you say? Tony Danza. Yeah, everyone's like, what the hell is this? I guess you're ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool if they had whatever. Another point's not even worth expressing. Another great line. You can only hear the Richard Gere gerbil story so many times until you start to believe it. We need more Tatum. That's what we need. Yeah, the dialogue's fucking great in this movie. Minus that one chick honestly, in the bathroom, though. That one chick's annoying. Do you believe the Richard Gere story? Yeah, definitely. You do? I think I do as well. If there was ever a type to do such a thing, Richard Gere. 100%. Yeah. It's Gere? Yeah. I always thought it was Greer. How do you think it's spelled? I just thought it was spelled. How do you think it's spelled? G-R-E-R... G-R-E... Wait, what? Huh? G-R-E-R-E. No, it's just G-E-R-E. It's Guerrero, actually. It's Guerrero. Oh, it's Grenier. Yeah. It's Richard Grenier. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Wasn't I saying that? Yeah, I think so. Jamie Kennedy video store scene. Maybe the best scene in the movie. Absolutely gives it his all. Best extra of all time. Oh, the one in the background is like, murder? What the hell is he talking about? Yeah, I honestly love when you get. I hate when you see an extra who's trying so hard to be an extra that they now ruin the scene by not showing emotion. And I love when you get an extra who thinks they're a part of the scene and actually really acts and responds. Mm-hmm. That's phenomenal. Those are always the cool ones. But no, Jamie Kennedy really gave it his all there, and I mean literally his all of it. Yeah. Because looking at the rest of everything that came afterwards, there was nothing there. He's not even as cool in the second one. No, he's not. So not at all, because he looks like a troll. He looks like our cousin Joey in the second one. Like an actual leprechaun from that movie on Disney Channel. Luck of the Irish. Luck of the Irish. Precisely. But no, after hearing him talk about on his I saw a clip of his podcast once where he was talking about just how bombastically challenging it was for him to do the Romeo and Juliet speak. Like how it was just like, guy thought he was doing his second tour, okay? He was like, oh, it was impossible. And come to think of it, now that I'm remembering it more or perhaps misremembering it, he may have actually said it was super easy for him, but I don't know. I don't care. What part was super hard? Apparently in the Romeo and Juliet movie, they talk like Romeo and Juliet. Oh, yeah. Okay. So apparently the Shakespeare dialogue. But now that I could have sworn that he said it was super challenging, but now I kind of feel like he was actually really condescendingly douchey about it, acting like who the hell he was because he got it and Leo was struggling. I don't remember what he said, but I've watched that podcast. It sounds so much like it's the second thing. It's probably the second thing where he's just saying how awesome he is. And then I'm assuming the first, that was like his last gasp, I guess. And then I guess he really committed to like the three things, his three biggest performances. Romeo and Juliet, Scream 1, and being an extra in Dead Poet Society. He really left it all on his star shined too bright, lost all the charm. He became Malibu's most wanted, kicking it old school and Son of the Mask. Ended right there, dude. That was cool. Ended right there. No. We haven't even gotten to the end of the movie. Oh, that's a good point, actually. We're not even like halfway through the movie. True. You're right. I haven't even mentioned how they go absolutely so hard with Dewey being the killer. He walks into the room late. He was late to the cop when he saw strawberry ice cream, saying, oh, I was watching Sydney. Were you watching Sydney? Were you in the store when she was buying ice cream? Also, why is Ghostface walking around the supermarket wearing his outfit? And everyone's oblivious to it? They're just like, yeah, I guess I don't know, I guess he came here with someone. It is Halloween time. Yeah. Good one, Robbie. Thanks. Also, I do love David Arquette. I think it's funny watching him and thinking how to me, I think looks just like Patrick.
Yeah, I know. I
It's crazy.
It's insane.
And I do love him. He's horrible in the movie, but I do love him. He's horrible in everything, but he's charmingly horrible.
Yeah, he really is. He's got that charm.
I love him for it. If only Courtney Cox could have, and then, again, though, his much newer, much younger wife is much hotter.
Who's he married to now?
Some wrestling chick, I think.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah, he's got game, dude. And it's also hilarious, too, because, Courtney Cox is probably crying at home reading a book, thinking all's not fair in love and war, even though it is. And then you go you should listen to it. It's great. Courtney Cox is on Stern, and she's saying how, it's just, he's like, oh, what's the problem? What's the problem? Why'd you divorce her? Why you getting a divorce? What's wrong with David Arquette? Well, I'm nailing this thing. And I sound just like him. And she's like, he just, he likes to dance a lot. Like when he likes to go dancing, and he really likes to like chat at the couple at the table next to us. And he's always for like trying new foods and wanting to go to a new restaurant. He likes going out.
What a bastard!
And
Sounds
he really
terrible.
likes. He just loves like having a nice night full of drinks and music on the beach and smoking a little pot. And he just wants to have sex all the time. And it's like, okay, Courtney, I'm sorry.
Dude,
Sorry, Courtney.
those are the same hobbies I have. Same
Wow,
as
what
I
a
like.
monster. She's like, I like to read my books and be a fucking loser. My husband's too cool for me. I have to divorce him because I'm a fucking loser. And then I'm going to be mad at him for getting just much sexier, hotter, younger girl. Why does he want to read books with me?
We were talking before about how tough Sydney is. Fucking Tatum's equally as tough. When she goes into that garage, dude.
We're jumping ahead, dude. We're so close to being there. You're almost on pace.
Sorry.
Let's say the movie is so perfectly paced. The fact that the last 50 minutes is entirely the party. They trimmed out all the fats. When does a horror movie ever do that properly?
This time.
And then you're right, Robbie. Tatum is great. Tatum has the best line. Billy and his penis don't deserve you. That was amazing.
Yeah, she's really great in this movie.
I absolutely love Stu's house also. That makes the movie.
It really does.
I watched some knucklehead tour it a few years ago, and it looked like the exact same house, like to a T.
Really?
But I think maybe the stained glass window was no longer there on the front of the house. I kind of vaguely remember that. But I also
that house was his all appeal to me.
But I also vaguely remember or misremember that I think they may have added the stained glass for the movie production anyway.
Oh, really?
And they took it out after they didn't like it. I think that they added because they wanted the stained glass window there. I could also be making that up. That's also a possibility.
Well, that sounds. I feel like I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds
accurate.
plausible.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like a real
also,
fact.
think of it this way. Let's say that is a made-up fact, right? It's such a small one. Do you really care? Now you get to watch it next time, and for you alone, it's more interesting. You'll be like, oh, that's sick. And you start telling people, create a whole entire fake story about it. Who cares?
Yeah, we said the last 50 minutes is all this part. The last 50 minutes is fucking so good in this movie. It's fucking crazy.
Last 50 minutes also gives us the line of, I just turned 25, Gail. I was 24 for a whole year.
It's not the end of the movie.
It's right before he gets to the party.
Dude, that's when at the school talk about me jumping back. Stop going backwards. Now I'm just saying my part from before. When she goes into the
I don't know where all this dialogue came from though, because like Kevin Williamson made Dawson's Creek for fuck's sake, and he wrote I Know You Did Last Summer, which is only good because of Ryan Phillippe and not the words on the page, and also not because of Johnny Galecki.
Yeah, and not the guy. Is Johnny Galecki the guy from Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely not. 'Cause
Also
of him.
though, Sarah Michelle Gellar is really good in it actually.
Yeah, that's
And also Anne Heche is pretty good in it too. And I almost forgot that Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ace. All right.
Oh yeah, she is.
She kicks ass in that movie also.
Yeah, the movie sucks. That movie's really fucking lame.
Yeah, it's a bit of a letdown.
Fucking, especially compared to what I was
Scream.
getting at in Scream with Tatum. Fucking
Yeah, man. Speaking of Tatum, man, I just really do not get killing Tatum.
How does it factor into anything? So
Like,
if Stu's not
just
going to die at the end.
Look at her. It's true. Why can't
Why
she be
is
the
he
third
killing his
survivor?
girlfriend?
And also, you know what probably looks better on a fucking talk show? One girl, two guys. Now it's like it's a group.
Now
Just
you
two
can get a TV
guys. We need a little
show.
more. We need a little more. Relish on the hot dogs.
Yes, exactly. They didn't think that.
But
fucking
listen,
plan
okay.
through.
Look at her. Listen to her. The voice. Figure out some sort of a way to incorporate her into your plan. Okay. Adapt, overcome, and improvise. Do not kill the smoke show. Do not do it.
And realistically, if that top heavy portion got through that little bit of the
I know.
garage door, I'm pretty sure the rest of it would have fit through just fine. She'd be safe.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That you feel like the point of most resistance would have been the upper area.
Right? That's what I was thinking. And that got home free. That was
She got home free. And I thought, damn, dude, she's good looking. She thinks on her feet.
super funny.
Super funny. She's just
How
so
does it
cherry,
even factor
man.
into everybody else they kill in that group for the most part? I can see why they kill that person.
Not really.
You're right, but I'm just
Because they also let those guys, I guess, do you think it was a part of the plan for those guys watching the movie to go be morbid creatures and go see the principal be dead and hung up from a field goal post?
I don't know, but I wish they didn't leave because imagine the body count.
I know. That's my point, though. So were they also going to die, or they were just extras?
I don't know. That's the thing. So much of this seems so planned out, and the rest was just like up to chance.
All I could think about seeing Tatum crawl through that doggy door, though, was just, you got balls, Falco. You got shit for brains, but you got balls. And also, she really does put up a hell of a fight, though. And
I'd be shitting my pants.
I would have passed out. And she's just so hot. Just look at her. She's so hot. That's a hard thing to find in this lifetime, Matt. Why are you killing her? Incorporate her into your plan.
Yeah, it makes no sense, dude. And you know what? Honestly, she is, because she's as hot as she is, she's probably jealous that Sydney's as pretty as she is, and she might just help you guys out anyways. Did you even think of asking her?
That's honestly true. Honestly, because we're in movie land. And in movie land, what happens is the girl who's actually just looks like Rose McGowan, she's, believe it or not, the overlooked girl.
Always. In every movie.
Because in movies, that's the way it works. Because the person who wrote the movie is not as attractive as the person who they cast to be the attractive person. It's called, I really wish I could have just made up some really nice, like, Gulliver's Response. Something like that. And I was like, oh, the Gulliver's Response. Of course. I'm familiar with that philosophical principle. I think that's Carl Jung who did that, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure. It sounds like his work.
Another great line. Oh, really, Alicia? As if?
Yeah, we gotta bring as if back into the
You gotta bring as if back into the lexicon.
That's really cool. I'm gonna start saying that every time you make fun of me. Anytime you say something wrong, I'm just gonna go as if, because you can't deny it then.
Yeah,
How can you even deny what I just said?
I already did it to you. You didn't even realize I did it to you.
I did. I didn't want to give you credit for it.
And then I said
as if. Thing, so I was ignoring you.
As if.
God damn it.
I did it to you again.
It's awesome.
It's crazy also seeing how much Stu is orchestrating this shit, or at the very least, ushering it.
That didn't work.
What? It doesn't even make sense a little bit. He's orchestrating this shit, or at the very least, he's like ushering us to our seats, because he's the one hosting the party. He's the one who sends Tatum to the garage for Billy to kill. He's the one who gestures for Billy instead to go upstairs for him to go get in a position to pretend to kill Billy. Like, he's doing a hell of a lot of the legwork here for the guy who looks like he's just in peer pressure and dumb.
And also, dude, what's your problem? You already killed her mom who fucked up your parents' marriage.
You already killed her. That's true.
You already did what you
already got your revenge.
Just hang out with your pretty girlfriend. She didn't do it.
Yeah, honest. Or to talk to Stu. You guys seem close, and apparently he has a thing for Sid. Maybe just do like a little 30-day TLC wife swap thing. You know?
Give it a shot. Tatum
she
seems
cooks
pretty
over
cool.
here. Except for unlike TLC, you actually do in fact get to fuck them. I never saw that wasn't a part of the TV show's been on for as long as it's been on, sure. But I think it could be a lot more popularly talked about if it also involved wife swapping.
I mean, you're not really swapping your wife.
I've looked up wife swapping before on Google, and I don't get the TV show on TCL.
Yeah, you have to actually specify you want that.
I get something entirely different. All right, and those things have millions of views on them.
Yeah, so you weren't the only one who was confused and stumbled upon that scenario.
I guess that's what he meant when Jamie said, never show tits till you're legit. They're just waiting to show the sex scenes on the TV show. Like, eventually we'll get enough viewers, then we'll actually introduce the sex.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great for ratings if they decide to do it that way.
I do think so. The horror rules scene absolutely kicks ass. I wonder if they'll ever call back to this and bastardize it in some weird quasi-reboot from 2020s with some made-up fairy tale knockoff Offspring characters who happen to be related to Randy.
I don't think they'll do that.
I don't think so.
That seems really stupid.
No.
It's almost as dumb as, like, if they made a Clerks 3
right.
and they decided to reshoot half the first one.
Yeah.
Just randomly and then just shit over everything else about the movie. That sounds really stupid what you're about to say.
That'd be some weird, dumb quasi-reboot thing.
Kind of. I hope they're not going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe first they'll test the waters like 10 years prior with an actual cool way of calling back to it before they ruin it, showing us that it was, in fact, possible to do it twice, and it was just these new shitty filmmakers who couldn't make it thrice.
Nice, dude. That rhymed. Did you do that on purpose?
You know what? You're not gonna believe this, but I did do that on purpose, actually.
Yeah, I actually believe that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I do.
I didn't think you would. I thought you'd think there's no shot that was planned. That was just so clearly off the cuff.
It was so beautiful. It had to be planned. Nothing like that comes off the cuff.
And then in the final 40 minutes, it's just, again, they double down. Dewey's the killer. He's mad Tatum bullies him. He's always had a crush on Sydney. He lures Gail alone. He doesn't follow police procedure, doesn't arrest the underage drinkers. He's shifty, and he's bad at his job.
Yeah, I don't know how I never noticed it, dude. They really are saying
They really keep trying to tell you it's definitely David Arquette. It's definitely David Arquette. It's definitely David Arquette. And guess what? It's not David Arquette.
It would have been way cooler. And then killing Tatum makes sense. That's the only guy that has any motive. She's just so mean to him.
She is really mean to him. Like I said, he has plenty of reason to kill her.
That's the way it makes sense.
And also, dude, I'm assuming they're full siblings. Why is she so hot and why is he so not?
That's such a good
Why
point.
is he a geek and she's so chic? It's not fair.
I don't know, man. That's crazy. Maybe that's what he's jealous about, too.
You know what's
He's
crazy?
She got all the looks.
You know what's crazy?
And he didn't get any of the brains. What's crazy?
You know what's crazy? Check this out. The amount of anger and frustration of them showing us PJ Souls and then not actually showing us PJ Souls. That was rude, okay?
And inconsiderate.
And then consider, we're already an R-rated movie. It's horror. You're not going to show boobs in your movie? Fine. At the very least, when you're going to show me a scene of the scene for another movie that had the respect for its audience to let us see, let us see.
Honestly. The disrespect in this fucking movie. Oh, speaking of things that we don't like, I'm going to backpedal a little bit. I don't like the whole Wes Craven dressed up exactly like Freddy Krueger thing. That's super fucking distracting.
And his name's Fred?
Yeah. That I actually don't mind. I don't mind him being named Fred, but just put on like a shirt that doesn't look exactly like Freddy's shirt. Maybe don't put on the hat.
Is that your biggest problem?
One of my biggest problems.
My biggest problem is that you think after fucking Sidney Prescott, that would have given him some sort of post-nut clarity for Billy.
Yeah.
Where he could have called things off with Stu and been like, he could have sat down and been like, dude, we've really gotten in over our heads and we've literally gotten away with murder already.
Let's just leave it at that.
Let's just leave it at that. Let's just stop. Maybe just don't kill your hot girlfriend who's had sex with you, you dirty, dirty boy.
Oh, fuck.
Of
Why'd you tell me
course,
20
then
minutes
again,
ago?
though, you know what? I wasn't thinking about this. I didn't think about it from the perspective of what friendship is between two men, you know? He probably had those thoughts, at least maybe not when his shirt came back on, but before his shirt came back on, when they're just laying there, and he's like, God damn, I just fucking finally got to come, right?
I feel so good.
He's like, I feel like I just got 3 pounds lighter. Oh my God. And also, for sure, it came inside her. There's no way Sydney's like, oh, give me a facial on her first time. It's impossible. Right? She's a respectful, classy girl. Everyone knows that classy girls don't wear condoms, and they let you come inside them. That's called class, okay? Proof of that, okay? You know what else classy girls do? Save themselves for marriage, man. It's that simple. That's why, who do you think condoms are made for? It's for the dirty ones.
Good point. Good
With your
point.
dirty fucking dick.
But even before...
But no, I didn't get to my point. Obviously, the reason why he probably had the thought of not killing her, but then he thought, God damn it, if only she fucked me yesterday, Stu already killed Tatum. And we can't have him kill Tatum, but then we don't kill... That would just be so unfair as far as just the pecking order here, that he has to kill his once-in-a-lifetime girlfriend.
Dude, it's just like that scene in fucking Can't Hardly Wait. He's like, I thought we were all bringing with our girlfriends, guys.
Exactly.
They got Pearl
It's
Jam
exactly
tickets.
that. Oh
You're
my
right.
God, it's that to a T. He's like, we can't.
Yes, you're
It's
right.
one for all and all for one.
Because before they have sex, she gives that whole speech about how she's sorry for making him wait and blah, blah, blah. And he's like...
Dude, it's so
she's
fucking
being-
real, right?
Yeah.
To the max.
Shouldn't he just be like, Stu, plans off? But you're right.
Stu
He's
plans
like,
off. He can't. He's like, God damn it.
I already killed Tatum. Fuck. I'm bound by blood. We're blood
Yep.
brothers.
And then, thankfully, they do the perfect trope of the final girl discovering all the dead bodies, all of her stiff friends. It's pretty. It's kind of rewarding every time they do it.
It really is.
And whenever they do it, there's always like, no, oh my God, I forgot the final girl has to see all the chaos.
You know what's great, too? I know
Corny
fucking...
Cox's legs.
Yeah, those are phenomenal.
For
Nice.
the third act of the movie also decided, what if we have a little subplot here, and it's called Corny Cox is the leggiest woman in the movie.
Yeah, honestly, she's just
I had no
legs.
idea.
It's just her head and legs.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
That's literally it.
It's fucking insane. Fucking, what was I saying? You dipshit.
You were like, watch
fucking-
out, Jamie.
Yeah, that's great. That's so,
And
I know it's
the
great
Dutch
every time.
angles.
Dude, I wrote the Dutch angles down too. Fucking no. When I
And
was
we get the
going
Carpenter
to see-
synth.
God damn it.
We get the Carpenter synths
Yeah, that was
as he
pretty
comes up
nice.
behind him, and it's turn around, and also his name's Jamie. It's perfect.
I know that Billy is the killer every time.
Right.
And I still, like, I don't know if he did it.
Yeah,
The
for a
movie
second
gets
they
me
trick you.
every
It's that good of a
fucking time.
movie.
And you know what fucking pissed me off royally? When they're in the bathroom and you hear a whisper going, Sydney, it's his voice.
Yeah.
And it made me remember that dumb bullshit that's going on in the fifth one when you see his ghost flying around. Even though that girl shit.
Oh my God, that did happen.
Right? I don't know if I'm looking forward to rewatching the fifth one now.
Oh
Remember
my
how dumb
God.
that shit was?
Dude, Skeet Ehrlich, at one point, was such a tour de force that there was a point where David Chase sat down and was like, Skeet Ehrlich. I saw him at Aspen last year, Skeet Ehrlich. He's like, that'll age well. And then Skeet Ehrlich's the guy in Riverdale and Scream 5. Like, what changed from Jericho to now?
I don't know, but David Chase is a genius. He just knew. He just gets it, that guy.
Or I guess, you know what, maybe it was one of those things where he was looking ahead and he's like, guys, and like, oh, the HBO executives were like, oh, that's great. That's so good. You get such a topical guy whose star will never burn. And he's like, oh, no. It's going to be really funny in 20 years when he's a loser. You shall know it yet.
Don't worry.
Your kids are going to love it. They're going to think he's an absolute loser. It's also crazy the part where Stu and Randy are like doing the whole Sydney, shoot him.
Yeah.
That part gets me jacked up every time. I'm like, who is it?
I know. If you're in that situation, what the fuck are you doing? You just saying fuck you both?
Fuck both of you. Yeah, I'm saying fuck you both.
I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm just shooting them both. That's what I'm doing.
It's
Can't take the chance. And
then it's Billy. And then Billy comes down the stairs. It's actually Billy.
And, honestly,
and then she turns around, and it was actually Stu. It wasn't Randy. It was Billy and Stu the whole time. The guys from the beginning of the story.
Like the pizza boy from the beginning of the story.
I never saw that coming, dude. It also does confuse me, though, because then when they're talking about their plan and everything, does Billy not want to kill Stu? Because he goes a little crazy there for a second and stabs a bunch deep. Then he also very much casually stops and says, okay, now go get the gun. So he just also get a little overzealous there for a second.
Yeah, he's just a little knife happy.
And then also, when he says he can't get up, man, I'm bleeding out here, he very maternalistically just gives him the phone gently and says, all right. I didn't realize, just talk to her on the phone, man, I'm sorry. And he goes look for him himself.
Yeah, and also, you're bleeding out, you can't do it. Dude, you chase Sydney around quite a bit. What do you mean you're bleeding out? You seem fine.
And you also really seem to get your runner's high at the very end when you really chase her to the TV. You came full force.
Yeah, honestly. Your blood just come back
Speaking of honestly, what if Billy and Stu's plan did work, though? Because then I think the sequel is way less half-baked than Sydney just going to college. Because now you get to have it where it's basically I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it's Billy and Stu plan work. They're famous. They're successful. They're maybe they're also in college. But then someone figures out what their plan is and then torments them, and then it becomes like Terminator 2, where the good guys are the bad guys and the bad guys are the good guys.
Dude, that sounds so much better. It would be great if Tatum was just in that storyline.
Yeah, exactly. We kill Nev Campbell. We get the sequels are Billy, Stu, and Tatum, and then like the fourth one, you get to have some completely bullshit line where she's like, you know what, I forgive you. And it's like, yeah, you forgive them for killing everyone you knew, including your brother, because in this universe, he doesn't miraculously survive the knife in the back.
Honestly, not only is that so much better, though, it's so much less dumb than fucking Stewie's mom coming out of... Not Stewie. I keep calling him Stewie. Fucking Billy's mom coming out of left field.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And being the killer. Go back to Roseanne, lady. You
Go
suck.
back to Roseanne, lady. You suck. You hit me with the phone, dick. And then also, that was going to be the ending, but I really absolutely cannot stand whatsoever. Why is Sydney dressed up as Ghostface? What was the point of that?
Well, she's an art.
I didn't like it. That wasn't cool. That was stupid and dumb and stupid.
No, it's her character, dude.
All right, there was foreshadowing.
Dude, the whole movie's foreshadowing.
All right, that checks out.
Bye, Chiquita. Bye, little sucker.